Hey everybody, my name is Pete Draper and this is the first introduction video to a new channel that I'm doing called The Power of 360. I just am so excited by this new innovation in photography and in how far photography has come. I'm old enough to remember when we used to use a 35mm camera and shoot on a roll of film, to take that to a processing place, sometimes even a pharmacy or a chemist, get that developed, wait a couple of weeks for your prints to come back. Then there was nothing you could do with them really except show them to people. I even go back as far as my father giving me an introduction to photography, where he used to have a small darkroom under the stairs in a cabinet or a cupboard there, and we would process film together, black and white film. You had to put it into the developer, put it into the stopper, then the final solution, I can't even remember what that was, all under a red light. And sometimes with the enlarger, you had an enlarger where you could make the print bigger or smaller of the image, and you had to dodge and burn to highlight various things. And coming along, the innovation of full color photography, digital photography. I have one of the first ever consumer digital cameras, under 1 megapixel. It was a Polaroid. Took some beautiful images with it. Amazed that you could get an instant image and you could print that out on a home computer. And then the way that digital photography progressed, the way that digital editing progressed, so that the image that you took wasn't the final image you got. The innovations have just been amazing, and we've come so far with the introduction of beautiful sensors that can capture colors, after processing software that can enhance, change, turn a simple photograph into a work of art. And then along came 360, and I think it's an incredible time in the history of photography. And so I want to make a little channel just to show my journey. I'm not claiming to be an expert, I'm claiming to be an enthusiast, and some of my images that I've shared online have been appreciated, and people have asked me my workflow or what equipment I use or where I get an inspiration for something. And I just thought it might be fun to make a few videos and a dedicated channel. So today's video is the first in what I hope will be a series where you can follow my journey as an avid photographer, someone who is passionate about this new process of 360 photography and videography. I will share some of my results, some of my workflow. As I upgrade my equipment, I'll share that with you. Today, just by way of an introduction, I thought I would take the MiSphere 360, take the 360 outside of my office, just shoot 3 random photos, and then show you the process that I use on my Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus to get those photos ready to share. And the way that you can take one photo, in fact, we're going to have to bring up a whole new lexicon, and it's going to need to be someone smarter than me. But you can take one image and present it in a variety of different ways, staggeringly different ways. So I'm just going to show you a very quick workaround that I do on the phone. It'll be a screen recording of my phone, so it won't be the best quality. And I'm hoping that as I progress, I can make better videos for you all. But we'll take this 360, the MiSphere 360 outside, shoot 3 photos, and I'll show you the screen run around on those. We are going to have to come up with a new vocabulary for this, because what you take is probably the source. The image that you take is one version of that, and then there are multiple, almost infinite presentations of that image or that source. So we're going to need to come up with a new workaround from subject and photograph. But anyway, I hope you enjoy what I do today. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, please share the video. I'm not doing this for any reward, I'm doing it to share my knowledge. So please enjoy, If you like, subscribe and like, and come back and see some more videos later. Thanks for watching. So I basically just went outside and took 2 or 3 shots with the MiSphere 360 cam, and I just thought I'd show you a run through of the screen process that I do, keeping everything on the phone, and give you an introduction as to why I'm really excited about 360 photography. So here we go. First of all, we connect to the camera with the MiSphere app. It's the Wi-Fi connection here, and you can see there that we're on the app. So go look for the photos I just took, which you will see 4 of them loading up right now. Now you can't do anything with these photos until you download them onto the phone itself. In that process, the camera will stitch the photos. So if we select all 4 and hit download, it'll put them onto the camera. Now, one thing I noticed with this camera and this phone particularly, this is the Samsung Galaxy S8 Plus, is that when I recorded video and went to do a process called exporting the video to the phone, my SD card wasn't up to the job. So I have now changed the settings to save everything onto the phone's internal memory directly. But that makes it awkward when you're trying to do any other process with them. So I'll show you what happens next. Now that we've finished downloading to the phone, I can just turn the camera off. Camera disconnected, and you'll see that we're now on the local attributes here. And if we look at any one of the photos, let's just take the first one, you'll see that we can look around the 360 photo, up or down, and I'll show you one of the things that makes me very excited. But just taking one photo, by looking at it in a spherical context, we can look around the scene. If we change that to flat, it straightens all the edges, doesn't make a very convincing photo. The tiny planet, now we're talking. Now you can do so many things with this photo. But what I have found is that the MiSphere app is not very useful on this particular phone. A lot of people love it, I don't. So what I do now is close down this app. I go to My Files, Internal Storage, DCIM, MAD V360, and find those 4 pictures I just took. Select them, all 4, and batch move them. Move to the SD card to the camera folder. Done. Skip that one I was trying to move to. Okay, now if we close that down and open up a second app, and this app is the Theta Plus app from the Ricoh Theta camera, but it actually deals with any pictures. You'll see that it now finds the 3 pictures that I took outside in the library, but it only finds things in the gallery of the Samsung, so or in its own app. So by moving them over to the SD card, I can now manipulate them. And let me show you what I mean by that. And this is the reason I get so excited by 360 photography. Edit a still image. Once it opens up, you have a mirror ball where you can manipulate the photo inside the mirror ball, which can make a lovely effect at various times. The other one I really like is to the little planet, because you can get this kind of effect. You can see these are the 2 fence posts, me standing between. They call this often a bobblehead shot. But this is one image, don't forget, one picture. But by changing it, I can now make it look like this, turn it round and invert it so it looks like I'm in a huge tunnel. You can enlarge, zoom out, and change it in many, many ways. just one picture, infinite possibilities really. So many things you can do with this. You can dual screen it so that you can see from both lenses of the camera. If you turn one, you'll see the opposite picture. But that's another nice way to see it. And also a straight pano. And there is another feature on this app, we'll go back to Tiny Planet. There is another feature on this app which enables you to animate this, and I'll do that in another video. I don't want to keep these too long. But this is one of the reasons I'm so excited about 360 photography. This one small camera, under $300 US, takes really sharp, crystal clear pictures in a 360 format all around that you can manipulate in many, many ways. You can spin it, turn it, change it, and you get every single piece of the information except what is directly below the camera. I like that one, looks pretty neat. So, once you've selected any image you want, you can either screenshot it or just hit the save button, save to gallery, pick the largest format possible, and now it's saved and finished. So that's the basic workthrough that I do to get a single image shot down. Now, I also shot an image with holding the camera up very high. I think it's probably that one. So just by changing the perspective of the camera, you can change the idea of the picture. Anyway, I hope that's given you some idea why I really, really love this form of photography, why I'm very excited by it, and why I think it's a great way to use images in the information age. And I'll be producing a few more of these videos. I hope you enjoy them. But for now, bye from Pete Draper.